All right, full screen. I always forget how to do this. That. Full screen. Okay, yay, there we go. Welcome. I hope everyone had a nice long 4-day weekend away from me. All right, bring yourself to the mat. Child's pose. Big toes together, knees are apart. Walk your hands forward away from you. And on an exhale, bring your forehead down. Bring your awareness to the present moment. To the breath. Arrive. You are here physically. Let's bring ourselves here mentally as best as we can. Smooth out each inhale and complete each exhale. Walk your hands in and thread the right arm underneath the left. You can bring your head to your fist or the ear down. Notice how a deep breath pushes into the shoulders as it stretches out the torso. If you aren't there already, bring the right ear down to the mat, left hand on top of the right. You're going to try to press the left elbow straight, middle upper back twist. Release. Use your left hand to help you up. And walk the right arm forward and thread the left underneath. Repeating whatever you did on this side. Thinking about the present moment, just being here now with yourself. And switch. Let the left ear is down, right hand on top. And let's go to try to press the right elbow straight, keeping the hips where they are. And switch. Let the left ear is down, right hand on top. And let's go to try to press the right elbow. And release. Press into the right hand to lift up. Tabletop position, tuck the toes and find some organic movement as you move right forward, back and around, stretching through the feet, almost all the way to upward facing dog and back. Let's go the other way. Neutral, spine somewhere in the middle. 3 cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, look straight ahead. Exhale, round. Press the tops of the feet down, scoop the tailbone. Again, open up, adding on to where you were. And longer exhale, pull in the core. Inhale. cow pose. Exhale, cat back. Neutral spine. Extend the right leg up, just hip height. Keep the hips square to the mat as best as you can, and engage the lifted leg. Redistribute the weight evenly between both hands. Pull in the core. Notice if you're sinking into the shoulders, and find a little more lift pressing down. Bend the right knee. Create about a right angle, and you're going to draw a circle with the knee out, down, and around. Just exploring your initial range of motion. All right, right foot up between the hands, kneeling lunge. Make sure the right knee stays over the ankle, shoulders are down. Lift up onto fingertips and soften forward. We're going back to a half split. Press into the hands, sit all the way back, either on the heel, inside of it. Sit up tall and gently fold over the right leg because we are still warming up. It's fun, I think, to think about. Just try to remember how you feel now, stretching out the leg, just starting out, and then in a little while, you can see what you've already done in just a little bit of time. Sit up. Shift your weight forward to a lunge. Tuck the left toes and lift the back knee. Draw in the core. Lunge, twist. Left hand down, right arm opens up. Fingers spread wide. Reach. Keep the hips low. Right hand back down. Lower the left knee, and let's go back to a tabletop position. 1 cat-cow. So intentional. Inhale, arch. Press the feet. Exhale, pull in the stomach and round. Tuck the chin. Table top. Reach the left leg up behind you. Feel the hamstring have to kick in to help out, lower or level the hips. So the left hip might want to open up. Let's not. Are you sinking into the shoulders at all? Gently press the back foot down. Let's bend the left knee. About a right angle, and then out, down, and around. Creating hip circles. Notice the weight in the hands in between them. And left foot between your hands, kneeling lunge. Shoulders away from the ears as best as you can. As the hips start to open up, pull the stomach in just enough to continue to feel a stretch into the hip flexor. Half split. Let's walk ourselves back, sit down, sit up tall, and then over your leg. Notice tension where it arises as you're practicing. It's not necessarily in the hamstring right now. Sit up. Lunge. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee. Again, pull in the core because the hips are starting to loosen up. Lunge, twist. Right hand down, left arm reaches. Left hand down. We're back to a tabletop. One cat cow. Inhale. Long exhale. Neutral spine. Keep the knees just about hip width, nothing too fancy. We're stretching the triceps. Sit back, prop up onto your elbows. Touch each shoulder and bring the forehead down. If you need more, walk the elbows a little bit farther away from you. And just notice we were here a little while ago. If you look and just see what you can see, you've already shifted your perspective, your energy. Stay present. Release your hands forward. Press up to a tabletop. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Knees, hips, feet. Feet are hip width, hands shoulder width. Don't worry about straightening out the legs right away. And pedal it out. Really move through the feet. Let's lift up onto the toes and stretch the top of each foot. So place the nail bed side down of one foot at a time and rock a little bit side to side. And get both feet, or get each side. Maybe you can do both. Downward dog. Walk to the top of the mat and relax over your legs. Keep the knees soft so you can access the entire back body. Let the head and the neck go. Walk to the top of the mat and relax over your legs. Keep the knees soft so you can access. Press to stand. Let the head and the neck go. Stand tall. Create good posture. Stand evenly between both feet. And recommit to being present. On an inhale, reach the arms wide and overhead. Draw in the core, keep the hands shoulder width. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Soft knees, round up to standing. Arms overhead, hold on to the left wrist. Reach up, pull up, hips to the left just for a side body stretch. And up, hold the right wrist with the left hand. And find some arm strength. Or use your left arm to pull the right side. Okay, guys. And back to center. Interlace the fingers, index finger out. Let's press a button on the ceiling for 3 breaths. Lift out, swan dive forward. Right foot back to a lunge. Tall on the toes of the back foot. A gentle step into the front, but make sure the leg stays at a 90-degree angle. On an inhale, lower the right knee, leave the toes tucked, shoulders back. Long exhale, try to press both legs straight, press through the back heel. Lunge, lunge, twist, right hand down, left arm reaches. Left hand down, step onto the right foot, lift the left. Bring your hands about a foot or more in front of the left leg and try to create a right angle. Hips are mostly square to the mat. And remember when we lifted our leg up earlier from a tabletop, try to feel those same muscles helping. Soft bend in the knees, forward fold at the top of your mat. Round up to standing. Arms reach wide and overhead. Arms up, back bend, your choice, 3 breaths. Lift out, forward fold. Left foot back to a lunge. Feel the stretch in the back foot, the engagement of the back leg, even placement in the front foot. I tend to sink in on the arch. Inhale, lower the left knee, draw the shoulders back. Long exhale, pyramid pose. Press through the back foot. Back to a lunge, keep the back knee lifted. Lunge twist, left hand down, right arm up. Right hand down, prepare to stand on the right leg. Walk the hands forward and hold. You can point the back toes. It doesn't have to be too intense. Try to lengthen the spine. Try to feel the hamstring engage. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Long exhale. Lift yourself up halfway and place your hands on the mat. Separate the feet for a squat. Heels in, toes out. Try to flatten out the feet. Bring the palms to touch, shoulders down. Relax your thoughts, your temples. Forward fold. Bring the feet back together. Long exhale. Press through the heels, round up to standing. Turn to face the long edge of the mat. Separate your feet, hands to hips, and forward fold over separate legs. Halfway lift, keep the feet are pointing forward. We're twisting, right hand down, left arm opens. Try to keep the entire arm in view. Press through the outsides of the feet. Spine is long. Switch sides, left hand down, right arm up. Right hand down. Walk to the left side of your mat for a lizard lunge. We're not going to be here forever. We still are going to move around. We're just getting deeper into the hips. Keep the left knee over the ankle and take this where you want to go. Keep the breath smooth. Relax your jaw, your thoughts. Scan the body for tension. And exhale it away. Relax your jaw, your thoughts. Scan the body for tension. And exhale it away. carefully. Lift up. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee, and walk back to the middle in a forward fold over separate legs. Halfway lift, inhale, twist, right hand down, left arm up. Press down and to the right with the right hand. And switch. Left hand down, right arm up. Press through the outsides of both feet. Right hand back down. Lizard lunge, right side. Both hands are inside of the foot. Keep the right knee over the ankle. And soften down. Take your time. Smooth out the breath. Keep the right knee over the ankle. And soften down. Take your time. Smooth out the breath. Let's start to release. And we're going to step to the top of the mat, forward fold over both legs. Long exhale. To release. And we're going to step to the top of the mat, forward fold over. Press to stand. Arms overhead. 3 breaths. Lift out, forward fold. Squat down, place your hands in front of you. Separate the feet, heels in, toes out. Can you remember what this felt like last time? This should feel slightly more available. Place your hands on the mat, forward fold. Bring the feet together. Round up to standing. Let's balance on the left foot and lift the right leg. You can do hip height or interlace your hands on the knee and pull the knee up. Try not to counterbalance. You are just lifting the leg and trying to squeeze it in without moving too much of the rest of your body. You are just lifting the leg and trying to squeeze it in without 2 feet. Balance on the right, pick up your left. So you're either hands to hips with the knee, balance the knee hip height, or if you're squeezing the knee in, shoulders down. So you're either hands to hips with the knee, balance the knee hip height, or you're squeezing the knee in, shoulders down. Two feet. Utkatasana, bend the knees, feet are together, sit back. Wiggle your toes, make sure you can see them. Reach the fingertips away from the tailbone. Utkatasana, bend the knees, feet are together, sit back. Palms touch, stand up. Reach the fingertips Inhale, arms overhead. Hold the left wrist with the right hand. Pull up, reach over to the right. Lift up, switch out the grip, hold the right wrist. And lift back up, arms up, 3 breaths. Lift out, forward fold. Halfway lift, long flat back. From here, hands down, plank pose. Feel strong. Engage the thighs. Press the mat away. Imagine you're flexing the toes against the mat as well. Pull in the core, a little bit of a puff up through the shoulder blades. Let's lower all the way down to the mat and find a quad stretch. Rest your forehead on your left hand and bring the right foot in. Press the pelvis forward. Switch. Release. Extend your left arm out, palm down, shoulder height, and roll onto the left hip. Try to keep the left palm evenly on the mat or floor, I guess. Try to keep the left palm evenly on the mat or floor. Switch. Feel the release of the left shoulder. Open up the right. Feel the breath press into the shoulders and the torso. And back to center. Press up to upward facing dog. So you get there, however you get there. Let's leave the knees down so you can really press the arms down, the hands down, shoulders. As you lift your chest, lean onto the left hip, look over the right shoulder for the back right corner of your mat. And switch. Nice side body, oblique stretch. Come back to center, tops of the feet down. Lift the knees if they do that. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift onto the toes. Exhale, press the heels down. Stand on the left foot, lift the right leg, keep the hips square, foot flexed. Let the triceps open up as you squeeze the right glute, lifting the leg a little bit higher. Downward dog. Upward facing dog, lift onto the toes, tuck the chin and ripple through. Lift your chin at the end and arch back to downward facing dog. Stand on the right foot and lift the left leg. Squeeze the glute, open up the triceps. Downward dog. Upward facing dog. Ripple through. Feel each vertebrae, or just imagine it. Lift the chin at the end. And leave the chin out as you go back to down dog. Lower down to the mat with your knees. And let's stretch out the triceps. Sit back onto your heels. Walk your fingertips a little bit away from you. Prop up onto elbows and then touch each shoulder. Release. Tabletop. Into puppy pose. Leave the hips over the knees and walk your hands forward toward the top of your mat. And bring your forehead or chin down, opening up under the armpits, the chest. Into Sphinx Pose. Shift your weight forward, prop up on to your forearms, forearm distance away from each other. Press down through your forearms and wrists and hands and feet. Arch the chest through. Lower down, this time cactus, the left arm. Palm down, roll onto the left hip. This is a little more intense. If it's too much, just extend the arm out. Switch. Come back to center. Try to recreate that stretch across the chest and floor bow. Hold on to the outsides of your ankles, right about where they meet the feet, knees about hip width. Try not to let them splay. And on an inhale, kick into your hands and open up the front body. Keep the face, the breath calm. Let go. Press up to a tabletop. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Balance on the left leg, lift the right. This time, point the toe, let the hip open, squeeze the right glute, press into the right hand a little bit extra. 2, level the shoulders, let the triceps open. Reach. Pigeon, right side. Right knee behind the right wrist. Trying to square your hips to the top of the mat. Someday the front shin is parallel to the top edge of the mat. Ow, cramp. Forward over the right leg. Keep your thoughts present. If they wander, take note of what they wander to. A person, a situation. And then bring it back to your breath. Can you relax even more over the leg? Can you relax even more over the leg? Stay here for a few more breaths, or sit up or add on your quad stretch. Remember to bring the foot to you, not the other way. A few more breaths, or sit up or add on your quad stretch. Remember to bring the foot to you, not the other way. And press into the hands. Bring yourself to a lunge carefully. Lower the back knee and press back into a half split. You can sit all the way back or you can stay up on the left knee. Or you can practice a full split if you'd like. Make your way back to a lunge. Back to a three-legged dog with the right leg up. Let the hip open, press into the left heel. Open up through the triceps. Back to a three-legged dog with the right leg up. Let the hip downward facing dog. Upward dog, ripple through. Downward facing dog. Downward dog. Upward dog, ripple through. Balance on the right leg. Lift the left. Let the hip open. Press a little extra into your left hand. Balance on the right leg. Lift the left. Let the hip open. Pigeon left side. Expect a difference between each side. Treat each side separately. As far as expectations, and don't have any expectations, just be here. Soften over the front leg. As far as expectations, and don't have any expectations, just be here. Soften over the front leg. So they say that the hips are where we store our emotions, especially when it comes to people. I definitely just caught myself thinking about a friend situation. And it's like, nope, it's just my hips. Think about the breath. Can you relax even more here for a little bit longer? Even more here for a little bit longer. Finish out this side exactly how you did the first, as best you can. So if you took the quad stretch, you will add that here. Finish out this side exactly how you did the first, as best you can. So if you took the quad stretch, you will add that here. Make your way to a lunge carefully. And half split, full split. Stretch out your left leg. Make your way to a lunge carefully. And half split, full split. Stretch out your left leg. Reconnect to the present moment. Do your best to finish strong. Stay here. Be here. Reconnect to the present moment. Do your best to finish strong. Stay here. Let's start to release back to a lunge. And three-legged dog once more. Really reach. Use that extra space you've created. The legs are so long right now. Open up the upper body as well. Downward dog. Upward dog. Really ripple through. Lift the chin at the end. And exhale back, downward dog. Lower your knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, or leave them tucked actually. We're standing up on our knees. Knees about hip width. You can have the toes tucked. We're doing camel. So the toes can stay tucked. If they feel far away, we're reaching back. So you can start with your hands on the lower back. Roll the shoulder blades down. Lift your gaze. Make sure you feel okay here. If you do, you're going to reach back for one heel at a time. If it's okay for you, let the neck open up and breathe. Press down through the tops of your feet. If you do, you're going to reach back for one heel at a time. If it's okay for you, let the neck open up and breathe. Press down through the tops of your feet. Release out, one hand at a time, and sit back on your heels. Place one hand on top of each knee and just let the spine reset for a breath. One hand at a time, and sit back on your heels. Tabletop, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lower your knees to the mat, untuck the toes, one cat-cow. Make it so amazing. Tops of the feet press, arch the back. Round the spine. Neutral. Sit to one side. And extend your legs out. Let's lie back. Untuck the shoulders. Feel the mat lifting up to meet you as you are heavily relaxing down. Hug the right knee in. And use the left hand to guide it across for a twist. If you're deciding between the shoulder or the leg, keep the shoulder down. Right hand is palm down unless that bothers the shoulder. Or if there's like a bug there. Back to your back. Full body stretch, extend the legs away, reach. Left knee hugs in and twists. Full body stretch, extend the legs away, reach. Left knee hugs in and twists. Back to your back. Full body stretch. Hug both knees in. Back to your back. And breathe. Full body stretch. Hug both knees in. Extend your legs out. Shavasana. We're not here for very long. Give yourself this short amount of time to simply exist and to be amazed by that fact. Okay? I will be in touch. Go. To simply exist and be amazed by that fact. Okay? I will be in touch. Go. With the eyes closed, take a deep breath. Really fill up all the way. Pause. Exhale. Near the end of the exhale, start to move. Blink your eyes open. Can you feel the light? Carefully make your way to a comfortable seated position. As long as the spine is straight, you're good. Roll the shoulders back and down. Level your chin to the floor, so you usually have to lower it just a little bit. Let's bring the palms to touch. Thank you for your practice. I am so grateful and lucky for your presence. Let's close with a breath. Inhale, arms reach wide and overhead. Look up, reach up. Long exhale, lower the hands down. Namaste. Thank you for being here. I like it when you do that. Okay. All right. I'll see you all tomorrow on Thursday. Thank you.